Hey everybody, this show made possible by Silver Lake Backgrounds. Check them out at silverlakephoto.com.
Coming up on today's show, how education and mentors has grown our business. I have another featured interview with one of my camera craftsman buddies from Imaging USA.
Awesome. We also have another marathon marketing moment for you, and we take a question about projection from Texas. Welcome to Photo Entrepreneur TV, the place where serious photographic entrepreneurs learn to profit from their passion. Well, hey everybody, welcome to show, what is this, number 9?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I think
number
so.
9, wow, these just fly by, and speaking of flying by, what's up with your hair today?
What?
It's a little, it's
A little wind blown. Well, hey, it's above 60 degrees and dry in Seattle today. I had the top down on the Porsche.
you mean the midlife crisis mobile?
Wait. Now wait a minute. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, no, it's a fun little car. I got to give him crap about something, right? He's my dad. He's my boss. We like to have fun here. But yeah, today's show, really we want to focus on 3 things, right? We want to focus on the importance of having a mentor. Even though we've been in business 31 years, we still have mentors that we call and talk to all the time to keep us on track. And we also want to talk about the importance of education and continuing your education. We actually just spoke at the Professional Photographers of Idaho here last weekend, and we were in the crowd for one of the speakers, and we pulled a bunch of good stuff from what he was doing. Even though we've been doing it for 31 years, you can still learn. And we also want to talk about the importance of implementing what you learn and implementing what your mentors tell you to do. Very important. So why don't you start us off, Dad, and tell us about some of your mentors.
Well, to back up just a little bit, it seems like we always do that, back up a little bit. But we just got back from Professional Photographers Idaho. Great group of photographers. In fact, I got to judge all day Sunday. I don't think I've scored that many prints above 80 in my whole judging career. Wow. I mean, really good photographers and great people. But, the thing about going to these conventions is you're sitting in the audience, you're taking notes, and kind of starting with number 3, that implementation, it doesn't matter how good a note you take, you have to implement them.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with one of the gals that we met on her website and how she needed to update that, because I saw her work and her work was amazing, but the website was kind of a blog site.
Yeah.
Didn't look anything like her work. And kind of like the way we were a few years ago and stuff. So getting back to your mentor thing, yeah, I've had some amazing mentors. They're still mentors to me in this business. One of them is
Ken Whitmire?
Ken Whitmire, yes. I'm sorry. In fact, I'm going over to his place next Tuesday to interview him and film him. He is the founder of the Wall Portrait Conference, and that's coming up in May, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But, when I look at pinnacle times in our business, what was it that really took me from, this level to this level? And I have to say it was Ken Whitmire being one of them and going to that conference. Number 2 is Chuck Lewis, who I studied with, probably 6 months after Ken. Another one is Lisa Evans down in California. Those 3 within 6 months really, kicked my butt and put me into a great trajectory. Is that a word?
It is.
Okay, good. Got it this time. Trajectory for success in this business.
And it's amazing because my dad still talks to these mentors, not on a daily basis, maybe not a weekly basis, but a couple times every few months. And it's amazing how when we pick up the phone and we maybe we're having trouble with something, they're there to help. They're always there to help. And we have a lot of photographers who consider us mentors, and I gotta tell you, it's so much fun. I mean, I wish I had more time to sit there and go through questions and work people through things, because it is important to have that kind of voice, that little angel on your shoulder telling you whether or not you're doing something right.
Well, and I think that's part of the deal with it's kind of sad because a lot of these conventions, and these are conventions through PPFA or Professional Photographers of America, most states have their own chapter, and it's been sad seeing over the years kind of the decline of those as far as people, the numbers of people that go, because that's where you really get some really good hands-on education rather than just Googling it and just watching tutorials and things like that. A lot of times the education isn't, the person up on the stage talking about things. It's at lunchtime or in the bar, in our case.
Yes.
Talking and listening. And that's one thing about teaching that I love is I get as many ideas going and being the teacher at these as, being a student.
Well, and I mean, that's a good segue into our next one, education, which it's funny because when my dad and I wanted to start our own web TV show, we didn't just go, oh, let's just start it and just see what happens. I mean, we are students of education. We love education. We love being informed. So we actually found a guy named Andrew Locke. He's got one of the highest rated small business genre shows on iTunes. It's called Help, My Business Sucks.
Check it out.
He's a Brit. He's hilarious.
He's funny.
My dad bought his educational kit that he had at a seminar, and included was a 2-day workshop at his studio in Salt Lake City. So about a year ago, last January, we went to Salt Lake City for 2 days. We sat in the front row with our laptops. It was kind of fun being the student.
Yeah.
And we learned how to do our own web TV show. So even people like us that have been in business for this long and operate at a high level as we do, there's a value in that education. And whether you're just starting out and you're just hungry for all the knowledge you can get, or you've been in business for 40 years like some of the people in our class at the Professional Photographers Idaho, taking notes like crazy, because you can always learn something new. And it was fun for us sitting in the crowd. I believe it was Mr. Todd Hickman, who is a real high-end photographer out near Park City, Utah. And a lot of things that he's doing we've already done for many years, but there was a couple things with his auctions that I'd never thought about trying.
Yeah.
We're going to implement that. Thanks, Todd. And then also in the sales room, a process that he does to get repeat clients to update their wall portraits more frequently. So, education is such a huge part of it. And then number 3, of course, is implementation, which
and that's something I think going back and last episode we honored your mom, and it was something that we did very, very well together. We would go to these seminars and workshops and immediately come home and start implementing certain things. And it was kind of funny. I think the first local Seattle workshop that we ever did, I don't know if I ever told you the story, but it was like a half-day presentation, and we went and put this on, and we were scared to death. Do we have enough information to last half a day? And the first break, a gentleman from Oregon came up and he says, kids, I learned more in the first hour and a half here than I did at our whole state convention last year. And boy, that gave us a lot of confidence. But the funny thing was, the people that we were presenting to, majority of those people were people that had been in workshops and seminars that I had taken years before, taking the same notes and things like that. But when they heard it from us, it was like the first time they ever heard it. So the main difference, I think, was the fact that we went home and we did it. We implemented it. And the last thing, one of the last slides that we had in Idaho on Monday was what, as far as implementation?
Well, it was kind of our thoughts in closing. We always say, look, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, okay? I mean, we gave a lot of information and people's heads are about to explode, which is a good thing because we like to provide good value and good content and real-world examples because we actually are photographers. We're not just educators. But we always say, take 3 things, just 3 things from your notes and implement them this week. Just 3. It could be signing up for Instagram. It could be picking up the phone and trying to get more auctions for your studio to donate to. Something. Just pick 3 things. Don't try to do it all because there's no way you can possibly do it all. And so that's kind of some advice that we always get. And, just everybody get out there. Remember, education, or find a mentor, continue education, and implement.
Well, Dwight, how are you doing? Aloha.
Fine. Aloha to everybody out there.
My buddy from Hawaii. And we're at the PPVA National Convention, and you're a council member, I believe.
Council member for Hawaii, state of Hawaii, yes.
And what other fun things are you doing here at the convention?
Well, I come out here to see everybody, get to see the exhibitors, which is a great benefit to our industry. And that's how I learn and meet friends like you, other past PPA members, and make a lot of new friends. And that's how I get to be in the loop what's going on, to see what's happening.
Now, is it true that you fly in what are those contraptions? I've seen picture in going over lava fields or volcanoes. Do you do that?
Right, I've been flying in. It's not an ultralight, but it's called a breezy if you're an aviation person. It's a lightweight aircraft, and it's open cockpits, and we're just flying around with no windows, the air blowing through your hair. It's funny.
You're crazy, man. So this whole PPVA thing, for some of the viewers, many of them are PPVA members or know about PPVA, and PPVA stands for Professional Photographers of America. What benefit do you see? Oh my God, we're being photobombed by some other camera craftsmen people here. Oh my God.
Sorry, that was ugly.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Oh my God. Oh my God! Should we do this again? We got photobombed. So, what benefits besides meeting a lot of fun, crazy people do you see being a member of PPVA?
Being a member is the education. I get to learn what's going on, what's current, what's new, and finding out what the market is. With as a photographer, I always want to do my best. When I do my best, my clients know that they're getting the best product, and that's what I want to do is to share what I've learned or share with other photographers and how my clients can benefit from that. That's a benefit I see.
Gotcha. And then these degrees, you see all these bars that he has.
You have a lot.
I got bar envy here or whatever. But these are degrees that you earn, and I've always seen it as kind of a credibility thing, for marketing purposes. Yeah, it's nice to get pats on the back and trophies and stuff. But from a business standpoint, I've always seen it as a credibility thing. How about you?
Yes, I do. It shows that our clients and also amongst our peers that we have learned, try to educate ourselves and better our photography through our skills and be judged by our peers. And also too, the bars shows our clients that they're going to be assured that I'm trying my best. I'm going to do my best, so their work will be on a higher level of what they expect from us.
Awesome. You do that, and you can charge a little bit more, can't you?
I sure do, and it's really nice when your clients recognize that they're saying, wow, I'd like to have my photography done by you because I trust what you're doing. And it brings us to a higher status, that it puts us in a higher position that, well, hopefully we're the leaders, and then we can share to our members and clients, customers, that we are at the pinnacle, or trying our best, so we can bring ourselves to a higher level in marketing.
Awesome. Well, great. Good seeing you, buddy.
Thank you.
Well, that was a great interview. We should go visit him in Honolulu sometime. That'd be a blast.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, the thing I really liked about his interview is you talk about kind of credibility a little bit, the degrees and things like that. And, to most consumers out there, they probably never even heard of PPA. And I feel like we as photographers don't do a good enough job educating the public on who we are and what we do. But it's, when you're going to the conventions and stuff like that, I know with us, I'm always putting it on Facebook. We put it in our e-newsletter to our clients. We let them know, hey, we're going to our big convention. A lot of times if you're winning an award or something, I let people know. Like, you won the Helen Yancey Award, what was that, 2012?
Yeah.
And put that up on our blog and let our clients know. And people are like, what is that? And I said, it's an award they only give out to a handful of people, and it's very prestigious, and it's for educating the photography world. And it's, and then clients go, wow, that is so cool, and it's like, wow, my photographer teaches other photographers. It makes them feel special. So
it's all about credibility.
It is.
So for this marathon moment, we're going to talk about the importance of outsourcing. Mm-hmm. We are not web designers. We are not graphic designers. We're supposed to be photographers, image makers. So why not outsource, right?
Yeah, and we've talked about this in previous episodes, the importance of using your time wisely. We are most profitable here at the studio when my dad is photographing and selling. Everything else we can, collectively, myself and Amy, we can handle. Amy does all the Photoshop, she does all the production, that's her realm. Me, it's marketing, it's business development, it's following up, things like that.
Keeping me in line.
Yes, keeping the old man in line. So with the marathon moment today, talking about websites, okay? A website does you no good if it takes you 6 months to a year sitting there tweaking and trying to get it up because you're trying to save money, okay? You got to get that website up. You got to get traffic to it. You got to book more sessions. That's the main goal. And so it always kind of it vexes me a little bit when I have
what?
photography. It vexes me.
Vexes?
I have a college degree. I know I have good vocabulary. It kind of drives me nuts too, because you have people that maybe want to save money. Maybe they're just getting started, but they'll spend $5,000 on camera equipment, but they won't spring for a few $100 website. You know what I mean?
That's kind of harsh.
Isn't that the truth though? I mean, you have that brand new Nikon for 6 months, and then the latest one comes out, and you mortgage the house to get that one, but you won't send a newsletter because it's too expensive. I don't get that.
Whoa.
I'm not an artist though, so sorry.
We get it. We get it. He doesn't get it.
So with websites, and it's funny because people always laugh when I tell them, well, yeah, we have a website for our photo classes, we have a website for our main studio, we have a website for high school seniors, we have a website for commercial photography, which Marathon's building right now. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of cool because instead of me sitting there for hours, not following up with clients, not doing marketing things to get the phone to ring, I could be sitting there trying to build a WordPress website by myself. Or I could pay Marathon a few $100s and have them do it for me so I can be productive and do something else. So really, it's looking at your talents. If you're a really talented Photoshop artist, that's great, but you're not a web designer. Let the experts do it. So I guess that's kind of our marketing moment for today is...
Your harsh moment.
My harsh marketing, sorry. But it's, you have to look at what's going to make me money in the quickest form possible. And if you're sitting there trying to build your own website and it takes you 6 months to a year because you just don't have the time, you just don't have the knowledge, that's not gonna get you to those dollars. So, and like with Marathon, I think they have they had during the month of February, they had 50% off all of their websites. It was insane. They're slam busy over there, but they're loving it and they're cranking these things out. They're looking great. But you actually just talked to Bruce Price over there, the president.
I said, we're going to be filming this in a couple minutes. We had a lot of people in Idaho asking about it. Is there any way you can extend it, through the month of March? Mm-hmm. And he said yes for our viewers. So contact Josh.
Yeah.
At what?
Well, yeah, don't contact Marathon because this is kind of a special deal that's actually hush-hush just for all of you viewers out there of Photo Entrepreneur TV. And there are thousands of you, believe it or not, in multiple different continents. It's crazy.
South Africa, you said. Right?
South Africa. I got an email from a guy in London. A dude in Pakistan is watching it.
Wow.
I love it. So contact me. You can just do it through the contact page at mystudiomentor.com, which goes directly to my personal email. Or give us a call, 206-687-7283, and just say, hey, I saw your show. I want a Marathon website 50% off. And then I'll put you in touch with our rep over there who kind of knows about the hush-hush secret, and we'll get it done for you. So,
good job.
Thanks.
Okay, it's time for Ask a Hudson, or Hudsons.
Ask the Hudsons.
The Hudsons. And what is that? What are you doing with this big thing here?
This is our question today. It's from Donna in Texas, and everything is bigger in Texas. So I got a big question from Texas right now. So Donna, she asked, first off, thank you for your new show. I just love it. I even got my husband to watch it with me.
Wow.
Well, that's good. We're bringing couples together here at Photo Entrepreneur TV. Awesome. Donna's question is, I truly understand the difference between leaving everything to online ordering and face-to-face ordering, but I still don't understand why it has to be projection. Can't I show clients their images on a large flat-screen computer monitor and get the same results?
No. The answer is no. And getting back to the mentor thing, this is one thing I learned both from Ken and Chuck Lewis, that it's all about the first impression. And once again, when we talk about projection sales, it's not trying to bamboozle. Hey, that's a Texas word.
That is it's a big one.
Okay. Bamboozle the client into purchasing something that they do not want to purchase. It's all about education and showing them why they're going to have so much more enjoyment from this size image than this size image. So when it comes to showing the images, we always like to try to show them as large as we can. And our projection screen is 80 inches wide. And it's one of the reasons why most of our portraits are as large as they are, is because people see them, 80 inches wide rather than on a small little monitor. If you start with a small monitor, anything larger than that is going to appear larger. Where we start with a large screen, anything smaller than that is going to appear smaller.
Yep.
And so there's a little bit of psychology there, but once again, it's not manipulating your client. It's just truly trying to educate them to why they want to have that size portrait, because the larger it is, the more they're going to enjoy it.
Yep.
Okay, once again, like I always say, it's my favorite segment of the show, the takeaway, right? Connecting all those dots. And so, first of all, what's your takeaway for today?
Really, the importance of having a mentor, having sort of a guiding light to help you. And unfortunately, in today's business, there are a lot of gurus that have only been doing it for a few years, and they're,
be nice.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that are making more money teaching than they are actually being photographers. So you got to be wary of that. Our mentors, like Ken Whitmire, has been in business over 50 years. He still runs a studio in Yakima, Washington. That's actually where his wall portrait conference is. And we're going to give him a plug here because we're actually going to be teaching at it. We go over almost every year, hang out. It's a life...
For a couple days.
Yeah, and it's a life-changing event
is.
for everybody that goes. And this guy is in his 80s, and he's still shooting weddings. He's got more...
Crazy.
Yeah, he broke his neck a couple years ago, and he was walking around with the neck brace still teaching. The guy is a machine. So anyway, the Wall Portrait Conference, it's May 4th through the 9th, 2014, a couple months from now. And you can learn more about it. You can go to wallportrait.com, or you can call their number, which I think we got it here, 509, we'll put on the screen too.
Want my glasses?
I got it.
Okay.
248-6700. It's the International Wall Portrait Conference.
Really? People come from all over the world.
Yeah, our buddy Kirk's taking his Harley from Nova Scotia all the way to Washington. He's driving to it. You're nuts, Kirk. So anyway, I think the importance of having a mentor, the importance of education and continuing to learn, and then you got to implement what you learn. You got to get it done.
Yeah, and I think also with that education, with the various degrees, like we talked about at imaging, that builds credibility. But you also have to educate the clients about these different degrees. What a master photographer or a craftsman photographer or a CPP, certified professional photographer, really is.
Absolutely.
That's it for another week. I can't believe, like you keep saying, these just fly by.
They really do.
They really do. Once again, thanks for all the great comments and emails and all that great stuff. How do they comment again, Josh?
If you're watching this on iTunes or YouTube, you need to go to mystudiomentor.com. This is episode 9. Click on episode 9 under past and current episodes. You can watch it again if you want. A little smiley face here. But basically just comment below this. Ask a question. If there's something that you learned that you want to share with the group. We have a lot of people interacting underneath these videos here in the comment section, so check us out there. And I am just, wow, show number 9.
I think I'm going to go enjoy the weather.
Okay, you go drive with your little top down. Thanks a lot, everybody. This is Photo Entrepreneur TV, the place where serious photographic entrepreneurs learn to profit from their passion.